Hello, good morning. Sherman Sims here with Porsche of Riverside, and today we're going to talk about the all-new 2020 Porsche Cayenne Coupe. So here is the new 2020 Cayenne Coupe. The Cayenne was redesigned in 2019, and this is the 2020 model. So the Coupe is the another segment to the Cayenne family. And so you have the daytime LED. You'll see the four LEDs there, and then the active LED at night, which is going to move from the left to the right and then up and down to really light up the road at night. So these are optional headlamps. They aren't the standard headlamps, but they are really cool. So this vehicle does come equipped with the parking sensors. You actually have parking sensors in the front of the vehicle and also in the rear of the vehicle. So in the front, you'll see them here. They're kind of hidden, streamlined in the front of the lower portion of the vehicle here. So there's 4 sensors in the front. So these sensors will come in handy, especially for daily driving, getting in and out of parking lots, pulling in your garage, knowing the exact distance for the front of the vehicle and the rear of the vehicle. So in the front here below, you actually have this adaptive cruise control. So the adaptive cruise control, you can set the cruise control at 65 miles per hour if you're on the highway. And you can actually adjust the distance between your vehicle and the vehicle in front of you. So say for instance, you have your cruise control set at 65 miles per hour, and then a vehicle gets in front of you and they're doing 55 miles per hour, that the vehicle will still keep the distance between your vehicle and the vehicle in front. And then when that vehicle moves out of your lane, then the vehicle will go back to the cruising speed as you set it at. So here we have the 4.0 liter V8. This is 541 horsepower and 567 foot-pounds of torque. 32 valve. So what does that mean? That means that this vehicle can do 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. So all that horsepower and performance may come in handy on the day-to-day drive, especially if you're merging on the freeway. If you need to avoid an accident, that horsepower will come in handy. So with all that performance, you also need stopping power. As you can see on the Cayenne Turbo, you have the huge brake assembly, which also has the Porsche lettering in the brake caliper as well. This has the 21-inch wheel option. You can get the 20-inch wheel option as well, and even a 22 that's available. This has a high gloss black window trim. So you have the power folding mirrors here. And it also has the blinker integrated in the mirror. That's actually going to flash and let other drivers be aware that you're changing lanes. So that way your overall experience is much safer. So this vehicle is also equipped with the Porsche Entry and Drive, keyless entry. So you can actually lock the exterior of the vehicle just by pressing the indentation on the door. And then give it a pull, hop inside, and that allow you to safely enter and exit the vehicle without having to fumble around for your keys. Here you have the fuel door. This fuel door will actually lock with the actual doors of the vehicle. So when the vehicle is locked, you won't be able to open it, but when you unlock the door, you just press the button and the fuel door will open. Okay, so take a look at this thing. Just the roof line here, the raking of the roof line. It's just a lot more aggressive appearance from the rear. The little things, just how Porsche actually lowered the license plate to the lower portion of the rear bumper to make the vehicle actually look lower. You have the sport tailpipes here in the rear. So this active spoiler is going to actually suit a purpose. It's going to raise up by itself at roughly 60 miles per hour, and there's more extra added downforce to the rear end for the rear suspension. And of course, this being a Porsche Cayenne Turbo, you actually have the turbo badging. Just kind of let everybody else know out there on the road that, you know, what you're driving. So in the back, noticeably on the Cayenne Coupe, you see the more aggressive rear diffuser, and you also have the rear parking sensors here. So not only do you have the rear parking sensors, but you actually have the rear view camera. So the sensors will work to kind of as the sonar, and then the camera is going to actually give you the visual right there on the PCM, which is the Porsche Infotainment. So let's get in the cargo area. You actually have the active lift gate in the rear. So there's 21 cubic feet of cargo with the seats up on the Cayenne Coupe, and then with the seats folded down, it's 53 cubic feet of storage space. So you actually have the Porsche embroidered floor mats. There's also additional storage under here and on the side as well. This has the PASM adaptive air suspension, so you could actually lower the rear cargo area to load in bigger items, so that way you're not having to lift the items as high into the trunk. And then you could actually raise the ride height of the vehicle back up. And then also you have the Bose premium sound equipped on this particular vehicle. So you have the spare tire, jack assembly, and the wheel lock as well. There's also tie downs to tie down your belongings. So there's actually 4 tie downs in each corner of the cargo area here. So you have the Porsche active liftgate here. So with the active liftgate, you don't have to press anything, it automatically is going to open by itself. And then this liftgate here, you can actually adjust it for the height of the owner. So if you're more vertically challenged like myself, you can actually just pull the liftgate to the adjusted height, hold this left button here, wait for the lights to flash, and now that'll let you know that the liftgate is actually set. So you'll hit the left button just to close the liftgate. Say for instance, you're getting groceries out and going back into your house, you could actually hit the right button. That will not only lower the liftgate, but it will lock the liftgate as well. Okay, so now I'm in the back seat, and you can see that I'm right around roughly like 5'8.5", and I have plenty of legroom, as well as a lot of headroom. Porsche actually lowered the center floor, the floorboards here in the back, so that way for taller passengers, you're gonna have a lot of space. So if I was like I would say 6'3", 6'2", I would have more than enough space back here in the back seat. So you have the black Bordeaux red interior, which is really iconic to the Porsche brand. Here you have the 4-zone climate control. 4-zone climate is going to give each passenger their own control over their own temperature here. So you can actually move the temperature up or down. You also have the side vents here and the middle vent here that's going to blow right at you directly. You can kind of adjust that to your particular settings. So you actually have 2 USB Type-C chargers in the rear for your cell phones, also a cigarette lighter here. You have 2 cup holds in the armrests, and the back seat's also reclined. So there's 4 different reclining positions. This has the Alcantara headliner and of course the dual panoramic moonroof with the power shade. And then this vehicle has the power sunshades in the rear, which is an additional option. So 1 touch up, 1 touch down on the rear windows. There's also privacy glass. Notice the rear glass is tinted. And then 1 more touch of the button will bring the rear shade up. This is the standard rear seat configuration. You're gonna have like a nice little storage spot here. You can do the optional 2+1 seat option at no additional cost. And then you could have 3 seat belts and actually sit 3 passengers in the rear. You also have the rear storage space here in back of each seat, just for additional storage as well. Okay, so here you have the 12-inch Porsche Infotainment system. This is actually the PCM, so you can do so much with this touchscreen system. It's the Google Earth map, so you could actually scroll in or out there, and then you could also use the joystick. So you have 2 different options on how to navigate the system here. And then of course, if you go to car, you have your Sport Plus, but you also have the Sports Chrono right here on the steering wheel. So this will allow you to press, change the knob, turn the knob from Sport to Sport Plus, your individual settings, and then normal. And if you press the center button here, that'll give you 20 seconds of Sport Response, which is pretty much 20 seconds of Sports Plus. So after the 20-second countdown, it's going to go back to the prior setting that you had the vehicle in, the drive mode that you had the vehicle in. So here you can, it's going to show navigation right side of the tachometer as well. And you can also show your drive setting, your trip, vehicle information, which is going to show water temperature, oil pressure, and also battery voltage. And then your destination will empty. Also has your fuel there, and that's going to show tire pressure. Drive distribution, meaning that this is an all-wheel drive vehicle. It's going to show where it's really applying the power to the wheels, where the torque's going to the wheels. So typically it's about 80% power to the rear wheels and then 20% to the front. And then that will bounce around and differentiate from 60-40 to even a 50-50. And this also has a Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control, which is really just going to keep the vehicle on its intended path. G-force meter, and Sports Chrono, just in case you want to have some fun, take the vehicle on the track and clock your lap times. So going back to the Porsche infotainment system here, you can control just about everything. This has the PASM adaptive air suspension, so you can adjust the ride height of the vehicle. So you can go low, regular, high, and then of course high terrain, and just by the press of a button. So it's going to raise the vehicle up, and you can slowly see the vehicle raising. So just raise the front there. Now it's going to raise the rear, and really adjusts the ride height to your own personal convenience at the touch of a button. So you also have your apps here. So on the apps, you can check your weather, news, gas station, hotel, restaurants, and then you also have the Google search. So this is pretty much a built-in concierge right there on the dashboard, right in the PCM. So here, media, Bluetooth, audio, Sirius XM. You also have your AM, FM, of course, and your hard drive. Okay, so this vehicle has the Porsche Active Safe. You also have your lane change assist. So you also have the rear view camera. So the blue is where we're going to get to, and the yellow is what we're trying, the area that we're trying to, the direction of travel, what have you. So you have the front parking sensors and also the rear parking sensors there to view as well. This is where we place the vehicle in park. This vehicle has the ventilated seats, and then 1, 2, 3 off, heated seats also for both driver and front passenger. Then you have your climate control here. And as well as these buttons, you also have these buttons down here. So this is just like the direct touch buttons for you to operate your climate control, your car information, source for the radio station, media, your home screen. You could actually adjust and customize to custom tailor to your liking. And then of course your apps. This is also set up for the wireless. This has the wireless Apple CarPlay as well, so Porsche Connect. And you have your volume here for the audio for the radio station, and then of course somebody calls you, pick up here for your Bluetooth, hang up for the Bluetooth. You can actually change and assign this diamond to any one of these particular functions here. So create source, repeat driving instructions, previous track or station, next track or station, display the map. If you wanted to switch the map to day or night view, cancel traffic notice, your Sports Chrono to start a new lap, or also start or stop your Sports Chrono. You also have the Sport Exhaust, so you can set that for the Sport Exhaust if you like. A lot of clients, a lot of my clients I've noticed don't like the idle start stop. You could actually set that for to control the idle start stop, so that way the vehicle stays in running function. And then you have your adaptive cruise control on the lower portion of the steering wheel. And this vehicle is also equipped with the heated steering wheel as well. So the heated steering wheel, to turn on or off, it's going to be right at the 6 o'clock. And just click off or click on. Thank you for watching the video on the 2020 Porsche Cayenne Coupe. If you liked the video, hit like, subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.